Residents in southern Tasmania are demanding to know why cloud seeding was conducted over the Derwent River catchment the day before the worst floods in 40 years. Cloud seeding is a technique used to increase rain.
Does the ADEQ have the ability to take a position on this and investigate it further and find out where these toxic metals are coming from that are in our rainwater and in our blood? Thank you.
Is working to make sure we get every drop of rain possible out of this storm.
It shows us cloud seeding is now underway.
With a small pop and a puff of smoke, cloud seeding is done in the hills above Pasadena.
Well, we send up particles from the apparatus behind me that will seed the cloud. It'll go into the cloud, and this particle will be attracting water vapor inside the cloud, creating a drop of water that starts as ice, and as it falls to earth, we get heavier rain.
We've had a lot of cases where we were seeding storms that had no business being seeded. We were just kind of throwing darts, and we were seeing responses in some of those. So we are learning that maybe there's more opportunity with some of these. Maybe we don't even need to have a rain cloud. We could go work cumulocongestus clouds that aren't really precipitating yet. And if
radar-absorbing carbon fiber clouds tested under a variety of at-sea conditions using assets from the U.S. Army, Navy, and Air Force. These man-made clouds are part of a layered defense and are capable of preventing a missile from detecting and striking its target.
China is not leaving things to Mother Nature. The Chinese government is planning to employ upgraded weather control systems in Heilongjiang, Jilin, and Liaoning, the three provinces responsible for 54% of the nation's rice production. The project, which will continue until June, involves creating artificial rain using cloud seeding, special aircraft, rockets, and much more. China has been tinkering with the idea for years, but how controllable can the weather be? Skeptics.
Mr. Fletcher, another question on the in an interview with the Los Angeles Times on April 21st, you said that you told the Associated Press that the American government has created weather tampering techniques so that the New World Order will be able to starve millions of Americans and to control the rest. Would you explain what you were trying to say?
Well, what I was trying to say is exactly what I said. There is weather control techniques. We have a complete package on that, which I did not bring, but I certainly will see to it that it is brought in for the record. Number one, the entire patents on the equipment. Number two, Senator Claiborne Pell's complete statement and story of his own that not only does it exist, but that we even utilize it as far back as the Vietnam War. You might want to touch base with Senator Pell.
I just want to repeat before I turn to
question. Yes, but we do have all that information.
You're saying the government has created weather tampering techniques so that the, quote, New World Order will be able to starve millions of Americans.
Worldwide.
Millions of Americans, and to control the rest.
Yes, sir, and that's my belief.
All right, guys, welcome in, welcome back, man. Bizarro world. We're in the New World Order, man. We've watched the complete takeover, and nobody did a damn thing about it. Just sat back and watch them destroy all the different countries worldwide to bring in this crazy new vision that they have. You're looking at a C-130 with retrofitted spray nozzles on a mosquito mission over the Missouri River. And guess what? We're the mosquitoes. Everybody's getting sick around us. We all have so many people. I have cancer. Everybody has cancer. My neighbor has cancer. It's all raining down on us. And yet nobody does a thing. They just sit back, look at their phones, and let all the crazy people run amok. What's right's wrong now, what's up's down. And we just sit back. Very few voices out here, very few people are going to do anything about it. They're just going to let them roll this stuff in. It's too late, man. The invasion has happened. Anyway, we're looking at the maps here. We're going to do the 16-day forecast. Just hit a few articles. We got a pretty good severe thunderstorm over there in California. It looked to me like a tornado. We got tornado watches down in Georgia and Florida. Nothing hitting the ground yet. We got blizzard warnings up in North Dakota, Minnesota. Winter storm warnings in Minnesota, Wisconsin. Also over in New York. Winter watches, winter storms. California's got it all. They got winter storms, winter thunderstorms. In fact, let me look at this radar and check out this storm pop off. You can see all these little green things. That's not a storm. That's not clouds. That's solar farms, wind farms. See, they're putting off heat. Then you can also see little ground-based cloud seeders that I showed the first clip. You can see them popping off down here. But this particular storm right here, I mean, it's got the coma. It looks just like a tornado, man. It shoots off to the south. It looks like could be some definite rotation in that. In fact, severe thunderstorm, Fresno, California, 60-mile-an-hour winds, almost 3/4-inch hail. So that's a wicked little storm right there. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. They changed everything. Oh, wow, I can just zoom in. They fixed it. Yeah, it almost even looked like there's a little debris ball in there. Definitely has the hook. Anyway, that's a pretty severe storm right there. It's got some hail in it. That's over in California. And what's weird is we have an unassigned mission en route over there from a hurricane hunter plane. I looked this up. And guess where it is? Straight out from Redding. There's where the hurricane hunter plane is. Right where all the storms are coming in. Don't tell you what kind of mission. It's unassigned. They're en route. Dropping something out of the back of the hurricane hunter plane. Here we are looking at the next 16 days of moisture to see the target zones. The whole West Coast target zone again. And right down through Idaho, down into Colorado, down into Arizona. The secondary, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Texas, all the way up to East Coast. And then the third area is the ones everybody's been getting hit over and over. Minnesota, Washington, Illinois, or Iowa. Let's go ahead and hit a couple articles and we'll get back into the weather. You got a phenomenal amount of Sahara Nevada communities cope with the mountains of snow. You know, they're really not covering this very good, man. All these people out here, people are dying, they're trapped. You know, what about the cows that are buried in the snow? all the farm life, all the wildlife. I heard they might be dropping food for them. Where's it going to go? Down into the feet and feet of snow. People are, tons of people are clearly screwed out here and no way to get out. They just keep bringing it in. So pray for the people out here, man. They're in survival mode. Their houses could be crushed from the snow, no food, they got water, but the snow is not water anymore. It's got all kinds of particulates in it that are not good for you. You'll have to distill it if you can. So definitely they should have the military out here doing supply drops just one after another, trying to help these people out. I can't believe the mainstream media is not covering this. Insane. Another atmospheric river threatens to hit California. State reels from the storms. Now, we already know they have the technology to steer the atmospheric rivers. Tons of companies are doing it overseas. You can look up Miles Research, formerly Aquez and Sky Blue. They use NextRads to steer the atmospheric river. You got weathergenerators.net out of the Middle East. Same kind of technology. Cloud ionizers, stuff like that. Radars. It's been documented. They've been doing it for decades. Yeah, they didn't meet their Agenda 21 goal, so they're going straight to Agenda 2030. They only talk about this. They don't talk about the people being affected. They don't care about the people. Population control, man. Go to the World Health Organization. This is all their plan. Everything, the climate stuff. That's why, if you don't believe it, not even supposed to talk about it on YouTube. Because if it goes against their narrative, they just screw you. They don't believe in science, man. They believe in Satanism. So the storm of the century for the upper New York area, I'm pretty sure it was up in Northeast, was actually 30 years ago. They keep saying that the climate's getting worse. But there's no evidence of any of that. We've seen the storms were bigger before, when they were first starting out with the weather engineering projects. Now they got it more dialed in, more targeted events. People are madmen, man. Indonesia, Merapi volcano erupts, raising alarm. We also have Kilauea. They're thinking it's going to pop off again. With all the sun weather and everything else going on, man. There's no telling what's going to go on with the earthquakes, volcanoes. We're going to go right into the Snowpiercer, or the day after tomorrow event, with all the stuff that's going on. Down in Florida, burning eyes, dead fish, red tide flares up on the Florida coast right before spring break. Residents are complaining about burning eyes, breathing problems, dead fish washing up on the beaches. Festivals have been canceled. And then not only do you got that, you got, this is the red tide tracker. You got red tide, but you also have this giant, massive seaweed or something coming in. A giant blob of seaweed twice the width of the U.S. taking aim at Florida, scientists say. A giant seaweed bloom so large it can be seen from outer space may be headed towards Florida Gulf Coast. The sargassum bloom. It's around 5,000 miles wide, twice the width of the United States, and believed to be the largest in history. Right now it's drifting between the Atlantic coast of Africa and the Gulf of Mexico. The thick mat of algae can provide a habitat for marine life, also could absorb the carbon dioxide. Oh no. We'll be watching for that. We'll see if we can find it. Yeah, but we have Fukushima to deal with for the next couple 100 years. Flush with rain. California plans to replenish drought-depleted groundwater with floodwater. So they not only control your water coming out of your spigot, they control every aspect of the water. Who gets it, who don't. Even the floodwaters. They get to tell you, just like down in Australia, if you get water for your farmland or not. They have way too much power. You know, rain should come from nature. Nobody should own the rain, but that's what all these companies are trying to do, especially the ones over the United Arab Emirates. They charge you for rain. They charge you for drought mitigation. They charge you to stop dust storms. They charge cloud seeding by the barrel. And they want you to pay for it with some cryptocurrency called the climate cron. We've gone over it in previous broadcasts. It's a complete takeover. California's 10th atmospheric river this winter causes levee breach, thousands to evacuate. You know, it's not only about the flooding. What about the people in the mountains? The people that are dying every day? Where's the military? Are they trying to save anybody up there? You don't know because they don't talk about it. We got a ring of fire. Another solar eclipse will cross paths over Texas City. It's coming around April 8, 2024. It's kind of like a small type event. On October 14th of this year, we'll get a rare total eclipse on April 8, 2024. The annular eclipse, also known as a ring of fire, would be visible across all of San Antonio, good portion of West Texas, including Midland and Odessa. The ring of fire occurs when the moon passes in front of the sun while it's at its furthest point. Wow, my thing locked up there. Furthest point from Earth, according to Never a Straight Answer. The moon blocks out a large portion of the sun, but not all, leaving a bright ring. I probably won't get to film this. Probably won't get to see it here from Missouri, maybe, but who sees? I don't know, maybe delayed or something. I had some pages like turn unresponsive. It looks like it changed, but now this is freaking out. Hopefully the internet isn't going down. Wow, what's going on with this thing? Well, anyway, this article was over. Purina has to have a recall in the dog food because it's causing kidney problems for the dogs and vomiting. I just had to close that page out. It's not working. I can't even go over these articles. I went over them or we'll have to do these over on Rumble and DLive and Twitch. Organize a mandate for climate control lessons in schools. See, they're forcing the kids to learn something that the science isn't settled and never will be. But yet they're going to brainwash the kids just like they have been for decades. Like nowadays, you don't even know your kids. Once the schools get a hold of them, your kids are changing. That's why I'm glad I got my kids out way before all this New World Order stuff was really kicking in. And you got this crazy person here. And they want to model China's climate control. And all you got to do is go look at the pollution maps and see they're one of the biggest polluters. But she thinks that they're doing a good job, even though we have the strictest EPA, some of the cleanest air. And they want us to follow them. Who are these people in charge? They don't know what they're talking about. It's completely insane. We are living in bizarro world. Zero, don't need that. Super dizzy today, man. Anybody else like really dizzy today? Now the solar winds finally dropped down below 400. We're at 368 kilometers a second. We did get hit with a glancing CME today. Could be why I'm dizzy. Could be the weather. Could be the particulates in the weather. Now, if I get I've got some filters for my scope, and I'm hoping if I can ever get it aligned in a clear day. I haven't been able to film this month. I'm filming right now, but the weather's it's so windy up there that I don't even know if I'm gonna get any pictures to save. These are the live shots right here. Like all the stars the wind is messing all the stars up. And just look at these shots that are taking right now. Satellite. Almost every picture, 2 satellites. Satellite. Like I can go through all these. Like I don't even have like this. I might be able to use this picture. The wind is messing it up. Let me just scroll through here and see how many satellites just in a few shots. Each shot that I'm showing you is actually 2 shots. One's a JPEG, one's a RAW file. So I was trying to see how many things are flying. Oh, whoa! What's going on, man? My computer's like totally freaking out. Here we got one just coming in. Yeah, look at the stars are all moving around from the wind, man. This is going to be probably a lost night for filming. So probably another night I won't film. Big old satellite right there. Yeah, man, I'm only seeing like 1 or 2 pictures I can even use. They're all messed up. Engineered wind. Yeah, look at that double satellites coming through. So it's probably going to be another wasted night. But anyway, if I get my filter working, I should be able to get, not this good right here, but I should be able to start picking up these filaments and stuff. And definitely better sunspots. So we had a dark plasma prominence eruption. Yesterday, a huge tube of magnetism filled with dark plasma erupted from the southwestern limb. It's a special kind of plasma. It's a little bit cooler and less luminous. Producing a G1 class geomagnetic storm. Then we have an asteroid coming in around Valentine's Day 2046. And this is the path of it, the possible hit zones. And what's wild, going right through Missouri. Now, Missouri's been hit. I've documented and found 4 meteor strikes that goes through Missouri. I don't have them on this computer, but I have them logged in my Google 3D. Hopefully if I ever get better, or if I survive this cancer, I'm going to go check all these spots out. I mean, I find all kinds of, I got the craziest fossils in my yard. I got volcano rocks here in mid-Missouri. I mean, I got everything here. I got thousands of them geodes. Thousands of, oh no, my computer's really flipping out right now. So definitely signs of meteor strikes and volcanoes and everything. Anyway, I definitely probably won't be alive that long. But that'll be a sight to see. Looking at the power outage map, California, almost 12,000 without power. Massachusetts, 2,800. Florida, 2,600. North Carolina, 2,500. Mississippi, 1,800. Oregon, Washington, pretty good. Texas, you get 1,000. And where the stronger storms, Mississippi, 1,800. Not too many in Georgia at 783. 2,600 in Florida. And up where the blizzards are going, we ain't got too many people out. Less than 1,000. Oh man, my ears are ringing so bad. They've been ringing for days. And here we go again. The map just won't load on the parts I need to see. I gotta keep trying to zoom in, find part of the map that'll load. We can see the artificial clouds all over the place out ahead of the storm that the aircraft are making. All through Kentucky, Tennessee. It's all out ahead of the storms. In fact, I'm not even on today yet. Here's today. Hold on. I got that clip from 43 years ago where they tell you they're going to use the aircraft on purpose to change the weather. And back 43 years ago, the aircraft were making 35 more days of clouds a year. So you can imagine what it's doing today. How many days less of sunshine we're getting. Yeah, my ears and eyes both have been kind of weird. See, look, I need this to load and it's not going to load. I just seen a new bunker fuel operation. Oh, so we got a brand new bunker fuel operation way down south, right off the coast of the Bajas. These are all brand new. There is not a ship down here. We turn this on. The clouds are all frequencied out. They're definitely working on something here. Oh man, there's a lot of ships. I've never seen this many ships down here. ever. So that's a new spot. Let me go look up here. Remember, they moved from below the Aleutian Island chain to way over here by Kamchatka. And now, since I didn't have it on the right day, I'm trying to see where they're still up here. Kind of weird dump right there. Wild how the parts I need to see is always blocked. Oh, more bunker fuel ships. It's like they're all headed down to the south. We got something going on down here. And then you got heavy aerosols being deployed. So something's going on. They're going to change some kind of pattern here. So not only would you have them down here straight off Bajas, they're coming in from the north. So all them bunker fuel ships are headed south. Then you got the Hurricane Hunter plane right off of San Francisco. Tons of aerosols still being deployed over here. We got 3 new invests popping up. Well, that one's been there for a while. So we don't need to worry about them for a few days. Let's take a look at the atmospheric river. We're looking at the more microwave imagery. And we can see there's a bunch of moisture down here where the bunker fuel ships are. Here they are steering it right into California. So the low pressure, they got a low pressure down here. They may be trying to conjure up some kind of tropical development. Look at all that moisture over the southern southern states hitting in. Completely steered atmospheric rivers. All right, let me get a drink of my tea here. Yeah, they can call it the Pineapple Express. They can call it whatever they want, but it's being affected. It's not natural. All right, let's go ahead. So we know where the target zones are. Let's check out how we're going to get there and what kind of weather we got coming in. All right, so what we'll do, we'll go 6 hours at a time. Stop, talk about whatever weather we need to here. So we got some pretty good storms. Hopefully they don't turn tornadic over the night, but they could. That's what I'm drinking right now, dandelion tea. Actually, I'm drinking a mixture of dandelion tea, mullein tea, and my last little thing of happy liver tea. All right, here we go. Let's go up 6 hours at a time. We already see the storms, a little sleet maybe there in West Virginia. So we got this pretty powerful storm going across the southern states, Georgia, Alabama, Florida. We had the aerosol campaign over there, and there's all the rain coming in right where they were spraying. Or at least the planes were creating these cirrus clouds. You can see the West Coast is not really going to get any kind of a break. We got some cooler air still around, dipping all the way down into Arkansas. It's going to keep on taking us up. We can see right here we got more heavy snow coming in for Washington, Oregon. Heavy thunderstorms going into Tuesday for southern Oregon, northern California. And of course, we got the storm system headed up to the East Coast there. Looks like even Bermuda out there is going to get hit. See which way that's going. It's probably going to hit Nova Scotia up there. We got heavy snow for New York around Tuesday. And of course, California is going to be getting rain bombed and snow bombed the whole time. It's going to be the storm of the century, or even beyond that, just to force their agenda. And look at that, man, just heavy flooding. I mean, they got more flooding, more snow. The dams aren't going to hold. They're going to create some mega chaos over there. And like I always talk about, man, all this weight of this snow, all the weight of this water could easily set off a big earthquake. Huge earthquake. You know, we've seen when they built dams and displaced the water just for creating a lake or, you know, doing a dam, you get all the way up to a 4.7 earthquake just by shifting the water for a lake around. Now imagine all this moisture here pushing down on the mountains, all the snowpack, grinding on them plates over a vast area. So that could trigger a big earthquake. Nobody talks about that enough. So we're going into Wednesday. This is March 15th. Going through the day, you can see it's just still slamming the West Coast. Then you got kind of a nor'easter type deal hitting the upper Northeast. Going into Wednesday. Still, okay, here we are, Thursday, March 16th. It's going to be windy, man. The wind just going to be howling. We've seen they straighten the jet stream out. I'll have to take a look at that. So we're on Thursday. I'm just kind of going through Thursday, and then it looks like once that system kind of shifts off, we're going to get more heavy snow for Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas. Sleet and ice for Iowa, Minnesota, more snow, rain. You know, it's been the coldest. California's like really cold, man. They've been like the coldest in years there. The people living there, man, they can't remember it being that cold for that long. They just keep coming. And here's where the next major weather day is going to happen. Going into next Friday, March 17th. This will be like a tornado outbreak, ice storm outbreak, heavy snow, blizzard snow. High, fast-moving storms. I mean, we got a lot of wind with this. We got a lot of energy that's going to be coming up. So heads up for Friday, the 17th March, because this is going to be a pretty big weather outbreak. It actually starts, March 16th is when it start kicking in, coming down. And then Friday is when all these big bad boy storms hit. So Arkansas definitely is going to get slammed. Iowa, you got ice, sleet, snow. Everything's going to be windy. And the storm's going to shift straight down, so that's opposite of what it's been doing. They've been starting in Texas, going up north, northeast. Almost due north and northeast a little bit. So mega rain bomb for Friday for the southern states. Slowly moving over Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi. This is going to be a pretty good flooding event. While way up to the north, you got the blizzard and then cold air back behind it again. So the bunker fuel operation started days ago. We're seeing the effects right now. And then we had all them aerosols being deployed. The cold air is coming all the way down into southern Arkansas. Florida's going to get waxed with this one. Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee. Finally, by next Sunday, March 19th, all that should be off. A little bit for Florida. A little bit of a break there for California for at least a day, maybe. Let's take this up through Sunday. A little snow for New Mexico and Colorado there. So here's our little bit of a break. So around March 20th, we'll get our little bit of a break. A little light snow down there for New Mexico and Texas. And then the next wave starts coming in for the West Coast on Monday again. See, your scheduled rain events always happen on the same days. Like you'll notice that, like it'll rain every Wednesday, certain areas of the country. It'll rain every Monday, certain areas of the country. Here we are on March 20th. And we can see Washington, Oregon, California, Northern California is going to get slammed again. Then Texas. Look at it. It's showing heavy snow for Texas on Monday, March 20th. I don't know if I believe that, but I believe there will be some severe weather with this one. Big time severe weather. Still got the wind. We got mega wind over on the West Coast. This could be another big wave. The drought's completely over there. They're going to be inundated. And then there's a big storm down there in the Mexico. That'll stir up that seaweed. Here we are, March 21st. And hopefully that storm stays more off down in the Gulf of Mexico and not up on land, because that's a big rain bomb. That's a tons amount of moisture. Look at that. Just a little cold pocket of air coming all the way down. So you got cold air and hot air. That leads to big, massive storms. And then here comes a mega rain bomb on Tuesday, still on the 21st. But look at that rain bomb right over Alabama. So that's going to be a big flooding event. That's basically a hurricane on land without the wind, but the moisture amounts. So that's a big, gigantic thunderstorm right there. It's going to roll right up the East Coast from Monday all the way into Wednesday. Look at that, right up the coast, mega rain bomb. Still on Wednesday. It looks like a pretty fast mover. Finally into Thursday, there's going to be snow. It's got a pretty low pressure, 995. They may call this a nor'easter, maybe. Who knows? Call it what you will. We know what it is. Heavy snow for Maine and all them around Friday the 24th. And the winds aren't going to stop. Going through Friday. You know, we've had nothing here in Missouri as far as snow amounts. We're way behind on snow amounts. And here we go with another snow blizzard. Friday, March 24th. So another storms, man. They got the jet stream straightened out so these things aren't really going where they should go. There's no like big troughs and ridges, and pretty well got it straightened out. So a bunch of wind, bunch of snow, bunch of rain. West Coast going to get a little break around Saturday, March 25th. So here's your couple of days maybe of a break in the weather. And here we are on Sunday, March 26th, 2 weeks from now. A little rain over the Florida. See, the storms are starting to shift down instead of starting here going up. That's the whole purpose of the operations over in the Pacific, to change this pattern. Man, I'm starting to hurt again, my whole chest area and stuff. Yeah, the last couple of days, I don't know if it was the sun making my tumors hurt worse or what. I'm feeling better. Today I was feeling just off, but my body getting around, I did okay getting around today. Little swelling. I've always got the swelling in my feet, but at least my knees aren't swelling anymore, or at least not as big. And then the final day of the 16-day forecast, which is Tuesday, March 28th, same kind of systems here, kind of a break. Let's just check the temperature maps real quick. I don't think we got any kind of super cold coming down, but we'll look here. Pretty sure we don't have any of the polar, they've destroyed the polar vortex. So let's kind of go through this real quick. I mean, you got pretty good cold up in Canada, minus 16, but minus 21. Hopefully we're done with the brutal cold, but who knows? We'll have to just we got to keep our eyes on the ionosphere and what they're doing up in the troposphere and the stratosphere with the compression events of the polar vortex winds. I mean, we still got 0 temperatures coming around Tuesday, the 14th, minus 4. It looks like a nice little warm up here around the 12th. Well, that was today. Well, it definitely wasn't warm here. See, yeah, these are when them storms are going to really fire off. You got that cold. All right, so it looks like we don't have any kind of super, super cold. I mean, maybe for the upper north, you're looking at 2 to 3 degrees there on the border with Canada. It looks like a nice warm up around the 25th. It's going to be cool for a little while. You might get 1 or 2 warm days in. That's about it. All right, let's check a couple other regions for start getting really super tired again. It just hits me, man. I'll be perfectly fine, then complete drain out. Just like I'll feel good, no pains, then the next day I got major pains. Some days I'll have the pains and feel fine. Some days I'll have it all, like today. All right, let's go ahead and go look at some other regions here. Let's go look at Europe. Yeah, my granddaughter, she's doing great, man. She got through all her chemo, man. She had a lot of treatments. So over here you got the UK is going to get quite a bit of moisture. Ireland's going to get quite a bit of moisture. Norway. So that's the target zones over here in the Middle East. Or over here in Europe when we're talking here. See, I'm already getting too tired. Let's go check Australia. So So we do got some moisture coming in for Tasmania. We got some moisture coming in for the southeast side of Australia, and then the kind of a rare zone up here in the upper northwest for some moisture coming. They're going to start popping off the fires down here, burning everybody out. Let's go ahead and look at New Zealand. I don't know why I can't ever find it. Right, because they got it in a weird spot. Whoa. So we're definitely going to have some kind of cyclone or something over here spinning around the island, headed down. Look at New Zealand. The west side's going to get slammed with tons of moisture. But that's sign right there. That's showing me there's going to be some kind of hurricane, or they probably call them cyclones down here. Let's go take a look at East Asia. Swallowed my tea wrong. Yeah, when you got stage 4 metastasized cancer and it's already in both lungs, it's in your brain, it's in your throat, it's in your liver, it's in your kidneys, it's a tough battle. But I'm making it through, so. Just trying to get this liver thing a little better. I think if we get the tumors to shrink down, my liver's hopefully will be okay. That's been the worst part. That's why I'm getting all this swelling and crap. Hey, things out there behaving. Yeah, survival rates on small cell lung cancer is little, if any, 2% to live a few years. But I've already made it over a year and 3 or 4 months now. So I'm doing pretty damn good. My poor neighbor Tony, man, he just got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Actually, they told him to go into the hospice. But I hooked him up with all the natural stuff I'm taking. He's had a bunch of ups and downs. I've been having him come over almost every day. Like he's by himself over there. I know what he's going through, so trying to keep him company. I know all the mental part of it too. You know, he went into the doctor, they told him to go in the hospice, but then they give him a doctor's appointment for a biopsy to try to find out what kind of cancer it is. It's same thing. It's wrapped around his heart like I was. He's got it everywhere through the MRI. Pretty much same as I'd had. But they don't know what kind of cancer it is or anything. And it definitely makes a difference. Small cells are wicked. He's had some bad luck, man. His house burned down. We helped him with that. He's a nice guy. He's from Chicago, moved down here, get away from everything. He'll help you anytime you want. So we always help him. All right, did I look at everybody? Let me look one more time here. I can't remember if I looked at everybody. Let's go Southeast Canada for the heck of it. You know, Madagascar got slammed with the zombie Cyclone Freddy, the longest track tornado in history. Looks like China's got a little bit of moisture coming in. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. Everybody needs to armor up. You got to wear the armor, man. We're in a spiritual war. It's a war against good. It's a war against common sense. It's a war against what's right and wrong. And seriously, go to the World Health Organization site, man. It'll tell you exactly what they're doing. Hey, thanks out there, Ellis. Much love out there. Thanks to everybody who helps us send us stuff to the PO, man. I use almost everything you guys send me there. And if I can't use it, I'll, give it to Tony if I already have it or anything. And the support, man, without it, the support of the people out here, who knows where I'd be. Anyway, guys, eyes to the sky. And if everything goes good, sometimes I do morning shows because I wake up at like 2 or 3 in the morning. I can't go back to sleep. And it could be over on the backup channel. It could be on the main channel. Oh, yeah, I've been doing Rick Simpson oil for quite a while. I'm just about out. That kind of helps with the pain. Also helps get rid of some of that stuff in there. All right, guys. Anyway, I'm going to jump off here. Much love here. We would just check the active warnings one more time. Yeah, we're still all good. All right, guys. Eyes to the sky. Much love. Hopefully, I'm going to give away this other telescope soon. I'm still trying to organize the observatory so I can bring it up there. I'm just going to film it with it one time and try to show how to align it and how to stick a camera in it and show you how to film with it before I give it away. It's $800 telescope, brand new. I've never even looked through it yet. Yeah, I've been taking turmeric since day one. Believe me, I've done my research. Turmeric's really good. I'm doing so much stuff. I got to kind of watch what I do so I'm not overdoing one thing or another. Anyway, guys, armor on. We're going to need it. They're not going to let us, they've already ruined the way of life. And they're going to keep on doing it. They're going to come after the properties. They're going to come after your cash. They're going to come after everything. Anyway, guys, eyes to the sky. I'm out of here. We'll catch you next time. Peace. They don't want peace, but we would like peace. They want division. We like unity.